Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Health Food Garden TV with Brenda Ringhardt, where you learn to grow good health.
Brenda,
Yeah?
are you going to start the show?
Well, just having a little anxiety, anxiety about when you feel worried or nervous or you're uneasy about an event with an uncertain outcome.
Like shooting a TV show?
Exactly. I mean, a little anxiety is perfectly normal, but if it starts to interfere with your everyday life and the things that you need to do, then it can become a real problem.
You're a nutritionist. Isn't there something you can do naturally to help with your anxiety?
Just a minute. I'll be right back. I was so busy getting ready for the show this morning that I forgot to eat breakfast. It's a good thing I'm at Health Food Garden, where we have smoothies. That's what I'm going to have for breakfast today, because if you skip meals or if you eat poorly, it can lead to low blood sugar. And guess what? Low blood sugar can lead you straight to anxiety. To avoid anxiety that's caused by low blood sugar, it's best to eat every 4 hours or so. But remember, it has to be healthy. Eating junk food can actually make anxiety worse. If you're not sure which foods are healthy, you can look at our Health Food Garden 1-2-3 diet. It's a simple, easy eating plan that can help you balance your blood sugar and help you have a better mood and less anxiety. You can get your copy of our 1-2-3 diet from our website at healthfoodgarden.com, health-food-garden.com, or you can come by our store at 2621 West Main Street in Russellville, Arkansas. Now that I've had a balanced breakfast in my breakfast smoothie, I think I'm ready to start the show.
Health Food Garden TV with Brenda Ringhardt, where you learn to grow good health.
Brenda, seriously?
Ha! Just kidding. Hi, I'm nutritionist Brenda Ringhardt. Welcome to Health Food Garden TV. And today we're going to be talking about ways to naturally reduce anxiety. We've learned the importance of regularly eating healthy food in order to avoid low blood sugar that can cause anxiety. We can enhance our good diet by regularly taking a multivitamin. A multivitamin contains B complex, which can be very helpful in managing anxiety. In addition to a healthy diet, another important way to help us to reduce anxiety is exercise. It helps our bodies to feel relaxed and calm, and also helps us to produce important chemicals like serotonin and endorphins. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise a few times a week for 40 minutes appears to be the most effective kind of exercise for anxiety relief. If we're going to exercise, we might as well do something fun. We're here at Soul to Soul Studio to talk with Tanya Gosnell about Zumba. Hey,
Hi.
Tanya.
Welcome to Soul to Soul.
Thank you. Thanks for being on our show. I got a new t-shirt. I'm going to go put this on, and then we're going to do some Zumba.
Sounds great.
Tell us a little bit about Zumba, what it is, and all of that.
Okay. Zumba is a Latin-inspired kind of dance fitness. Goes with the music. It's the whole thing is you just want to feel the music. You want to enjoy the music, and on top of that, you will burn calories and get in shape.
That's great. And our show today is about relieving anxiety. And one of the things that we found out is that exercising for about 45 minutes a day with a little bit higher intensity exercise is very effective for relieving anxiety. As a matter of fact, some studies show that if it's done on a regular basis and continued, it's as effective as some of the medications that treats anxiety. So that's pretty exciting. We can do Zumba and get rid of anxiety and have fun to boot.
I've actually had students that told me that it helped their depression, and anxiety, because we get those endorphins flowing, and we get in that endorphin release zone, and so you just feel good, and then you just kind of feel the energy of the rest of the class, and it really kind of just builds you up, and it just takes away the anxiety and the stresses of the day just kind of fall away.
All right, well, I'm excited about getting to learn some Zumba.
Good deal. Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Cross,
just can't believe
open.
where my life was at. All that I know is my heart was broken. I don't ever want to go back.
Switch it.
Ain't no explanation how I saw the light. He found me and he set me free and he brought me back to life. Blame it on the transformation, change down to the core. This love is real and I can't sit still 'cause my name's not shame no more. Great God Almighty, don't change me. Great God Almighty, He don't change me. You gotta shake, shake, shake like you change. Brand new look so good on you, so shake like you've been changed. Come on, shake like you shake like you change. Maybe He came to you when everything seemed fine. Or maybe your world was upside down and hit you right between the eye. No matter when it happened, at 7 or 95, move your feet 'cause you are free and never been more alive. You gotta shake, shake, shake like you're change. Brand new look so good on you, so shake like you've been changed. Come on, shake, shake, shake like you're change. Brand new look so good on you, so shake like you've been changed. Come on, shake, shake like you shake like you shake. Great God Almighty, don't change me. Great God Almighty, don't change me. Great God Almighty, don't change me. Great God Almighty, He don't change me. No matter when it happens, at 7 or 95, change me. Oh, move your feet 'cause you are free and never been more alive. You've got to shake, shake, shake like you change. You are free, you look so good on you, so shake like you've been changed. Come on, shake, shake, shake like you change. Brand new look so good on you, so shake like you've been changed. Come on, shake like you shake like you Great God Almighty, don't change me. Great God Almighty, He don't change me.
Wow, what a great workout. What a great way to lower anxiety and have fun. Thank you, Tanya, for being on the show and giving us a wonderful Zumba workout at Soul to Soul.
Well, thank you.
In addition to diet and exercise, we can use some natural supplements to help us to manage anxiety. One of my favorite herbs for anxiety is the passion flower. Its leaves and its roots have had a long history among Native Americans and was also adapted by the early European colonists. More recently, it was approved by the German Commission E for nervous unrest. The herb appears to work by mildly suppressing the central nervous system and reducing muscle spasms. A natural supplement that is very popular here at Health Food Garden is L-theanine. Discovered by the Japanese, it's an amino acid from green tea that can help you to go from feeling like this to like this. How does it work? L-theanine produces alpha waves in the brain, and when alpha waves are produced, you feel calm and relaxed. Another way to promote alpha waves is to use Alpha Stem. To find out more about Alpha Stem, we're here at Christian Professional Counseling to talk to therapist Melinda Taylor. Melinda, thank you for being on the show with us today, and tell the people that are watching the show what you do.
I have a private practice, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I provide Christian professional counseling in my office.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about some natural ways to relieve anxiety, and I found out about the Alpha Stem, and I was so excited about it because it is all natural. It's not a medication, but it's something that can just have a huge impact on anxiety and depression as well.
Yes, it does. We actually found out about the Alpha Stem at a professional conference where they had it for demonstration there. And we tried it, and it was amazing what it did for my husband. So I started using it in my practice.
Now, you said it was amazing what it did for your husband. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, my husband came back from Iraq in 2005, and he had severe PTSD. He would have dreams daily and just be anxious and irritable. And when he started using it, he had his first good night's sleep he'd had in several years. So we thought it was a fluke. So we tried it again. It was a 3-day conference, and on the 3rd day, we purchased it. And it has made a huge difference. He uses it almost daily, and it helps with his anxiety. It helps with his insomnia, and he just feels a better sense of well-being. And his sleep is a higher quality sleep.
So like a lot of war veterans that come back from Iraq, he had that post-traumatic stress disorder, the PTSD, but the Alpha Stem was able to help him. And I think that he may have mentioned to me that he had tried taking some antidepressant medications, but the Alpha Stem is just as effective without the side effects of the medication. Isn't that right?
That is correct. He actually took antidepressant, which helped a little bit, but the Alpha Stem did much better. The Alpha Stem works like an antidepressant in that it helps increase your serotonin and improves your alpha waves, but it does it without medication. It does it electronically. So instead of communicating through chemicals, it communicates the way our brain communicates through electricity.
That's so cool. So your brain is bioelectrical or biologically electric, and so the Alpha Stem helps to correct brain problems by using electricity, which is what the brain's using already. That's so cool.
It is really natural. They've been using it since the 80s, and the VAs use it as well but it's also good for, one of the things I found the best thing it's good for is anxiety. I have a lot of clients that take Xanax and other kind of medications that are actually very addictive and have a lot of negative side effects.
Right.
And I found just with one dose of Alpha Stem that a lot of them go home and sleep well that night. And for depression, it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks of treatment. But for anxiety, you can get relief even up to one treatment.
Now, can people come by the office and try the Alpha Stem?
Yes, I actually do allow people to do that. My clients use it as adjunct with therapy. They use it in the sessions. But if it's been helpful for them, I always encourage them to come by, and if it's not being used, that they can use it at no cost, and see if they want to eventually purchase their own unit. They're not cheap, so you want to make sure it's very beneficial. About 10 to 20% of people do not get any affect from it, but most people see a very good benefit.
Yeah, so at least 80% of the people that use the Alpha Stem get all these positive benefits that you were just talking about.
Yeah, there's been a lot of research, and one of the research that you can maybe quote on your website, or if you have one, or we can do, shows that I want to say it was 85% effective, more effective than Xanax, and more effective than some of the sleep medicines. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Then in a double-blind study.
That's amazing. See why I was so excited and wanted to come here today, so that you folks at home could learn about this amazing thing, the Alpha Stem. Okay, so I'm in the office and I'm going to get to try it out. So we're going to try out the Alpha Stem now.
Okay, so this is the way it looks. It's just a small little device, and it's only powered by the older one is powered by a 9-volt, and I believe this one is 2 AA's. Okay, so it's not anything scary, it's not going to hurt you, and it has 2 earlobes that you attach, 2 clamps that you attach to your earlobes. So the first thing you do is you have to dampen them, and it's just with a weak solution, kind of like ultrasound solution, just to make it conduct electricity a little better. If you had earrings on, you would have to take them off.
Oh, I already took them off.
Yes, you were prepared.
I'm prepared.
So we just place it on the earlobes closest to the skull.
Oh, it's so comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt or anything. You might notice a slight tingling. Then we turn it on. And you have to do at least 2. It has settings. They go up to 6. You have to do at least 2 if you want to do it 20 minutes or less. So you can get a full dose in 20 minutes or less.
Wow, 20 minutes.
And
So that's at the range of 2. So you can set the dial as to how high or low you want it to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
People who are prone to motion sickness sometimes have to do 1. And if you do 1, you have to do it for an hour to get a full dose.
Right. So if you have a little motion sickness, you want to keep it on that lower number.
Exactly. So what then we would do is I would turn it up, and you will notice you might feel a little disoriented. So we'll turn it up until you feel that, and we don't want to keep it there, but we will take it back down to where you feel more comfortable.
Okay, now I'm feeling the tingling, and I'm starting to feel kind of a little lightheaded, right? So,
And we don't want you to feel that way.
okay.
So I'm going to go backwards, and then you let me know, I'll go back slowly, when you feel your equilibrium kind of balance back out.
Okay, I feel balanced.
Okay, so you're at 3.5 right now.
3.5.
It can be adjusted, yes, it can be adjusted at any time. Sometimes you'll feel a little stingling and prickling in your ears, and the way that the electricity works is that is a more intense one to open up the synapses to let the other ones go through.
Oh, I see. And it kind of feels like it's doing a little, like one ear and then the other. Is that normal?
It
So
does.
From one side to the other?
It does a little bit of bilateral stimulation,
Okay.
and actually there are 10 different waves that the alpha stem produces. And the reason for that is if it produced the same one all the time, your body would eventually get immune to it, just like with medications, and you have to increase your doses. So this constantly changes the waves, so your body does not ever get used to it.
That is so smart. This is a smart machine.
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'm going to have this for 20 minutes. And if I was having a problem with anxiety, which you all know that I was earlier today when we started the show, then I can use this for 20 minutes and I'm going to feel no anxiety.
You're going to feel much more peaceful.
Okay.
Some of the research says that it actually can stop a panic attack within 3 minutes if you put it at 1 and start it again.
That's fantastic.
And I do have clients that do use it for that.
That's wonderful.
It also actually works for, I know you're not talking about this today, but it also works for depression and insomnia. And there are some double-blind studies that show that it does help with chronic pain.
Chronic pain. Wow, what an amazing device.
Well, it increases the serotonin, and the serotonin is impacted when you have chronic pain, when you're depressed, or when you're anxious. So increasing your serotonin just is a benefit overall for your health in lots of areas.
Well, I'm enjoying my Alpha Stem, but we'll be back with Melinda to talk about some other therapies for anxiety later on. A natural supplement that is highly recommended for anxiety and mood fluctuations is omega-3 fish oils.
The benefits of fish oil extend beyond heart health. A now famous Harvard study conducted by Andrew Stoll in 1999 concluded that individuals who regularly experienced certain mood irregularities typically exhibit low levels of EPA and DHA. During this double-blind, placebo-controlled study, nearly 75% of the subjects that were treated with omega-3 experienced relief from their symptoms. And according to Dr. Stoll, our study results indicate that fish oil does possess the elements needed to maintain positive mood. Omega-3 may also be beneficial for stiff joints, inflammation, and occasional aches. Within the body, DHA and EPA compounds are converted into powerful agents known as prostaglandins. These prostaglandins are substances that the body produces to help manage inflammatory response, thus offering effects related to the body's management of mobility, pain, and various forms of physical stress.
You may have heard that probiotics are good for digestion, but recently there's been more attention placed on their role in mental health.
Relying on your gut to make decisions may have a lot of truth to it, since research suggests that supplementation with probiotics or beneficial bacteria may influence brain and affect mood. While studies have shown that probiotics play a role in fighting anxiety and depression, a recent study suggests that the reason is chemicals produced by intestinal probiotics circulate through to the brain where they exert beneficial effects. Such neurochemical producing bacteria could improve both gastrointestinal health and psychological well-being. Experts say probiotics in fermented foods and dietary supplements can produce natural brain-beneficial chemicals. For Health Factors, I'm Dr. Kate Rayom Blue.
We're back with Melinda Taylor at Professional Christian Counseling, and now we're going to talk about some other therapies that can help to lower our anxiety, like cognitive behavioral therapy, or what I call cognitive talk therapy. So Melinda, tell us about that.
Cognitive behavioral therapy is a model of therapy that uses changing what we say to ourselves, our self-talk, and our core beliefs to change our situations.
Really? So you can actually change the way you think with this therapy?
Yes, it's crucial. How cognitive behavioral therapy is administered is you do an assessment on negative patterns that people have. Every person has negative ways of thinking. The more that you have, the more likely you are to be depressed or anxious. A lot of times people don't have feelings they don't like, anger, anxiety, sadness, and they try to change the feelings. We really can't change our feelings as much as we'd like to, so you change that by changing what you think about your situation, and then that changes your feelings. We assess the types of ways that you think, which are formed in your core beliefs, and generally that starts as in your childhood. You start learning how you believe that people and the world is, and you form those beliefs and they impact how you see everything. So we kind of become a private investigator going through your core beliefs and figure out which ones are negative. So when we find the negative ones, then we start working on teaching you how to notice when you're thinking negative thoughts and replace them with healthier ones. And that's basically cognitive behavioral therapy in a nutshell.
So cognitive behavioral therapy is really changing the way you think.
That's exactly right.
And when you change the way you think, then you change the way you talk. So that brings on the positive self-talk.
Exactly. Self-talk is just not normally out loud, but what we say to ourselves. We mess up and we may say something like, gosh, I'm stupid. And so when we say those kinds of things and we hear those on a day-to-day basis, it really impacts how we feel.
Wow.
And with anxiety, people tend to worry about things that are not likely to happen and perseverate, spending a lot of time thinking and dwelling on those things. And generally, there's labeled 12 different negative, irrational ways of thinking. Everybody has some. The more you have, the more likely you are to have a mental health issue.
Okay, lay some of them on us.
Okay, so one would be all or nothing. So everything is either one way or the other. It's all or nothing, which is kind of perfectionism, where you either think you have to be perfect or then you're not good at all. There's no gray area. You cannot be a good person who makes mistakes. If you make a mistake, then therefore you're a bad person. And that really puts a lot of stress, anxiety on people.
Yeah.
Okay. And that would cause you to have a lot of problems. Yeah, I have to be perfect or I'm
the devil.
Right. There's no in between.
You can't just be good. Okay.
Yes.
I see how that works. What's another one?
Magical thinking is overestimating your powers. So if someone is upset, yes, if someone's upset, it had to be your fault.
Oh.
So you have just an amazing amount of power. You're responsible, kind of over-responsible for things, or feel like you should be able to control things. If you have magical thinking like that, it tends to lead towards a lot of anxiety.
But in the reality, you didn't have anything to do with it. All right. And that's how you learn how to think differently about it. So what's another one?
Yeah, another one would be magnifying. Would be magnifying all the negatives and minimizing all the positives. So you take in everything that anybody says to you that's negative, but it's like, I call it the Michelin Man suit. Like you deflect off all the things that are positive. So if somebody would compliment you, that would bounce right off. You wouldn't even recognize that or retain that. But if somebody would say something negative, you would dwell on that and just think about it all day. And then that greatly impacts how you feel about yourself.
So if you're magnifying, then you're magnifying the negative things, not the positive things.
Yes.
So it's really a magnification of negative.
It generally is. It can be the other way around, but it's very less seldom and less prevalent. There are some people who tend to magnify all the positive and ignore the negative. They live in denial, and so it can be used that way as well.
Okay, tell us another.
Mind reading. Some people believe that they know what other people are thinking, or what other people should know what they're thinking. And that's a negative, irrational ways of thinking that causes problems. So it tends to be our culture teaches women that the men, if they love them, they will know what they think. They will know automatically what they want. And if they don't love them. So that would be an example of that.
Wow. So if I'm not telling my husband how I feel and what I think, and then I think he's supposed to know that, then that could be causing me some problems.
It would, yes.
So see, ladies, you need to express yourself, as the song says.
Yes.
All right, and more?
Jumping to conclusions. I call rabbit trails. Here's an example. You walk in a grocery store and someone that you know, you say hi to them and they don't speak back. Okay, so jumping to conclusions may be assuming, which we all know that's not a good thing, but assuming, oh, they saw me and they didn't say anything. Well, maybe they're upset with me. Well, why are they upset with me? Well, maybe because last week when this happened, and next thing you know, you're upset and angry with them when you don't know why.
Yeah, the reality might have been maybe they had to go to the bathroom really bad. Or maybe they didn't hear you. Or maybe they had a terrible headache.
Or maybe they were in a hurry and had a limited amount of time and were just so zoned in on what they were doing that they don't take the time to have a conversation.
Right.
So that kind of thing causes a lot of problems.
So if somebody comes to see you that's having some of these negative thought patterns, and then you use your detective skills to determine what those are, then you teach them ways to think correctly. And how do you go about teaching them ways to think correctly?
Well, I examine the negative patterns. I examine the triggers to those negative patterns. So, as I mentioned earlier, making a mistake. So, maybe whenever you make a mistake, that's a trigger for you. So, you start to learn what your triggers are and what you tend to say, and then you learn a healthier thing to say. Because I'm professional Christian counseling, I don't usually use mantras. I use scripture and God's word. So, what God would say about a situation, a verse, is what I would have the person memorize and say at that time instead of the negative thing they would normally say. So replacing our thoughts, our negative thoughts, with truth changes the way we operate in a day-to-day basis. And when we do it over time, it actually changes the way we think. It changes our core beliefs. So within time, you don't even have to try to replace it. It becomes the way you think, and it's a healthier way.
So you believe what you're saying, what's coming out of your mouth, and you probably believe what's coming out of your mouth more than you believe what somebody else is saying that comes out of their mouth.
Yes, and what you're saying happens all the time, all day long. So whatever you tell yourself all day long impacts how you feel about yourself. So if you can say healthier things, you can recognize when you're saying negative, irrational things. Most of the time, Brenda, people don't realize that they're even being irrational. It's so ingrained in their personality and their life. They don't even realize it's not a realistic belief. So they have to learn that it is, and then learn how to replace it with something that's more accurate.
So learning how to change the way you think can reduce your anxiety, and you can change the way you think by having some cognitive behavioral therapy, or what I call cognitive talk therapy, and you can have that done right here with Belinda, and she can help you to change the way you think, and that will change your life. Belinda, that's so enlightening. I mean, that was some stuff I hadn't thought about at all, so thank you for giving us that good information, and giving us that good information for the folks that are watching us at home today.
You're welcome.
Sometimes anxiety interferes with our brain's ability to make good decisions. Brain chemicals like GABA can help us feel relaxed and give us a chance to say, wait a minute.
Everyday stress is a normal part of modern living, but prolonged stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Natural products can be very helpful in improving your ability to deal with stress. One of the most useful stress busters is the natural form of an important brain compound called GABA. GABA occurs naturally when vegetables are fermented, for example, in the preparation of a traditional Korean dish, kimchi. This amino acid GABA acts as a natural calming agent. Clinical studies have shown that GABA, taken as a dietary supplement, increases the production of brain waves associated not only with feelings of calmness, but also greater clarity and mental focus. For Health Factors, I'm Dr. Michael Murray.
Here at Health Food Garden, one of the more popular supplements for anxiety is Source Naturals GabaCalm. GabaCalm is a chewable tablet, so it's great for people who don't like to swallow pills. Plus, it dissolves in the mouth quickly for quick absorption. Did you know that basil, the herb, is good for more than just cooking? An Asian variety, referred to as holy basil, helps to relieve stress and nervous irritability. Plus, it naturally uplifts your mood and your spirit. On our previous show, Natural Ways to Deal with Stress, we talk about the mineral magnesium and the herb ashwagandha and how they help our bodies to deal with stress. But those two supplements also help your body to deal with anxiety. You can look at our last show and get some natural ways to deal with stress and help to relieve your anxiety by going to our website, www.health-food-garden.com. Thank you for joining us today on Health Food Garden TV. We've learned to properly manage anxiety that we need to have a good diet and exercise regularly. Then there's therapies like AlphaStim and cognitive behavioral therapy. In addition, you can use natural things like GABA, L-theanine, holy basil, and passion flower. With all these easy and accessible options, we can say goodbye to anxiety and hello to a healthier, happier way of life. Be sure to join us next time on Health Food Garden TV, where we're helping you to grow good health.
Let's begin now.
Health Food Garden TV with Brenda Ringhardt, where you learn to grow good health.